I'm Jonathan, and tonight I'm joined here by my two co-hosts. Feeling a little generous tonight. Got Jake, number one.
Solid.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, my boy, Richie.
Hello. I'll take my position for now.
Yeah. In case it's your first time joining us for the Anime Happy Hour podcast, every week we get together, pour ourselves a drink, discuss the world of anime and what's going on in it. We casually share our thoughts and opinions on various topics from episode to episode. Before we get started, a few disclaimers. We are an anime podcast, but we're also an adult podcast, so there's going to be occasional swearing. We also discuss recent events and episodes of both new and old shows, so here's your spoiler warning ahead of time. Lastly, these are our own opinions. If you're salty, put it in the comment section. We'll read it later. We'd love to hear some feedback from all you guys regarding what we got going on in the show. Any ideas, if you guys got draft ideas, things we can do better, make sure to hit us up, social media or email. Just look up the Anime Happy Hour podcast on Facebook. You can even type in the search bar at Anime Happy Hour Pod 03. You can email us at animehappyhour951@gmail.com. Or you can check all of our links to our socials and YouTube at anchor.fm/happyanimehour03. Now, let's dive right into the show. As we do every week, kind of follow along the theme of happy hour here. We got ourselves poured up a drink. So, Jake, bringing something to the table this week. What do we got going?
I'm having a Dos Equis for multiple reasons. One being my AC's out and it's hot as shit in here. So I need something cold. A beer would suffice. And two, because I haven't been drinking for the past few weeks, so I figured I'd throw in a beer.
Yeah, but once you start drinking again, it's going to be that much easier to let loose.
I don't think I can start drinking again, but one of these days.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll be slurring the outro.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
Richie, you mix it up this week, or are we still on the beers?
No, we're still on the beer. I was going to go to the liquor store this morning. In Boston, today is the St. Patty's Day parade, so all liquor stores had lines out the doors, and I did not feel like waiting.
Should have stopped with me before you left last night.
You were right, but too late for hindsight.
I did a little shopping. Tried a few new things. I got a lot going on tonight. We got a double episode recording tonight, so we need options. You can't ever go wrong with the good old Busch Lights. Well,
garbage.
Straight up Busch.
It's the trashiest of beers, but hey.
Hey. I live up in the Northeast, up in the hills. I also got lemonade moonshine, which is pretty good. And then a new bottle of whiskey, vodka. Blood, Sweat, and Tears. It's actually pretty good. So I'm having some of that as well.
So about 45 minutes from now, you'll be done for the rest of the night.
Well, we got a second episode, so you might have to do the intro and outro for that one.
Yeah, well.
The second episode might have to be pretty quick.
Me and Richie will handle everything. Don't worry, John. Just
sit
please,
back.
for the love of God, make a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
We'll get it on tape.
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
You see, not to bring politics or current events in, but did you see that there's a lot of states that are banning Russian-made liquor now?
I did see that.
Yeah.
They're not going to stop selling it on the shelves, but they're going to stop buying it.
Yeah.
So, get it while you can, I guess.
Doesn't affect me. I hate vodka.
Yeah. I don't discriminate,
Yeah, well.
Liquor's liquor.
Some of us have more refined palates.
In this household, Hey, I've been drinking red wine,
He's a classy man now.
I am.
Okay. Red wine makes you a classy man. That's good to know.
Hey, just,
As I'm drinking a Busch Light. As Richie said, though, we're getting this on camera. So, got some new stuff going on. So, we'll see how this pans out. We got new recording stuff going. So, might make it a little easier on my end to get the videos up on YouTube. So, I'm ready for that. A little less editing, I should say.
You drunk already?
Not yet. I've been trying to keep it going throughout the day, though. We don't want to start cold turkey.
It's true.
And we're also starting something new. Richie's just going to start taking over the news for me. So
yes,
I'm all in for that one.
This news, This news this week was put on by John. So if I don't know what's going on with it, blame him.
I was going to blame him regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's nothing new.
All right. The first piece of news this week, there has been an Easter egg discovered in Attack on Titan. If you've been keeping up with the show, everybody knows what's going on with Eren. But without any spoilers, everything, just if you rewatch the original seasons, you can see Eren in the background in many of the scenes.
I was somewhat
I didn't
curious.
realize.
I was.
Did you go back and look?
Yeah, a few episodes, and they posted up screenshots from certain episodes too in that article I was looking at. Oh, nice. He's just like standing in the background. It's like just adult Eren,
That's one of my favorite plot devices in the whole series.
Yeah.
Are we not spoiling why that is?
I mean, we can talk about it.
We can talk about it. I mean, I didn't know if we wanted to talk about it. We've kind of been prefacing that we were just going to cover the whole last season when we all watched it at the end, but we can start making some moves on it. I'm just about caught up again. So
I just like the fact that it's almost like the whole story is predestined from the beginning, from the moment. What's his name? Gersha.
Yeah.
Eren's dad. Gersha gets the attack Titan. It's like from that moment, Eren's fate is set to end where he's ending.
It'll be interesting to see where it goes, because I'm very excited to see where it goes, because I haven't read it. So I know you said the ending was kind of controversial, but I am okay with that.
I'm sitting on the fence. I'm right before we watched right before we started this episode, I watched a few episodes to catch up. And I'm just so split. I'm because the emotions that are getting thrown around by everybody.
Yeah.
It's a brutal watch right now. Yeah. It's tough. But
I've known the ending for about a month and a half now, and I still don't know how I feel about it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, we just hit 86, I think. So we're getting there.
Yeah. One episode. It's still the delayed week, so we don't get it until the first week of April.
Yeah.
Where do you have that on there?
I think we mentioned
started on. Yeah, you do later. We'll talk about it later.
Okay. On to the next piece of news. We got a confirmation for the movie release date, and which season was it? What's the 5? Is that what you're saying?
For what?
For Black Clover. Sorry, I missed.
It's going to be season 3 of Black Clover. They confirmed it's coming out, but they haven't released a date for it. They did confirm that the movie is coming out, though.
I haven't paid attention to the seasons. How is it season 3? There's 150 episodes.
I thought it was season 3 was 100 to 150.
Why'd I put season 3 then?
I do not know.
Because you're an idiot, probably.
Well, I know the movie news. I saw the trailer, and I was very excited for.
Yeah, I didn't see anything on the new season. I knew the movie was coming out.
I said season. I don't know why I said season 3. It's not even in seasons on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just one continuous season because it's a shonen. So they kind of just continue it. But the new season is supposed to be coming out some point soon. But
is the movie going to be canon? Or
yes.
Is it just like the Naruto movies?
I want to say it's canon.
Yeah, I think I saw it was canon, but we'll have to wait and see to get confirmation. Next up, the movie that actually John and I saw this past weekend, Jujutsu Kaisen 0, released in theaters internationally starting this past weekend. After its initial release in the US and UK, it got 100% of Rotten Tomatoes from critics and a 99% from users, which
solid.
Very fair in my opinion. I really enjoyed it.
I mean, we were talking to Kirky about it yesterday, and he's like, "What would you put it? Would you put it on a higher pedestal than Demon Slayer movie?" And I 100% would at this point.
Yeah.
Because like we were talking, I just felt like the plot and everything else, like the actual like front to end, I felt like it was more well done.
Yeah.
I like the Demon Slayer movie, but what's big on that Demon Slayer movie was the last scene. That kind of saved it from being an
mediocre.
A mediocre movie.
Yeah.
And that's what grasped everybody was that last scene. And I think this as a whole movie, I was like locked in on front to back.
What's the main character's name?
Yuta? No.
Yeah. I was thinking of his last name, but I really I haven't seen the movie yet, but I read the manga it was based off of. Really like his character.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy, like just watching like him progress as like a person and everything. I can't remember. Is he just where is he in current
he's in
timeline?
The US.
He's studying abroad in the US.
Okay, that's what I thought.
I think it's cool because we never see him. As far as I've gotten in the manga, we don't see him in Japan. And I just think it's cool how we get this story on this character who up till now in season 1 of the show has just been like, I don't know how to phrase this, mythologized. Is that a word?
Close enough. Yeah. We know what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's like they talk about him as if he's if he's like the hero.
Yeah.
But we never actually see him. And finally we get his story. And I just think that's dope.
Special grade out the gate.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
I love his character. I love the way that they handled it. I mean, the whole I love the way that they portrayed Gojo too.
Yeah.
You got enough of a bunch on his backstory too. And his come up through Jujutsu High and everything. And I really love the way they handled it. So I definitely agree with the critics and the users. So, I mean, like I said, I'd put it on a higher standing than Demon Slayer for sure.
How was the animation?
Good. Straight through. It was Jujutsu Kaisen animation.
Was it not like the movies normally do where they change the animation? Was it the same?
It was straight up. I mean, it was
solid.
just like any other Jujutsu episode.
Love to hear it.
Which is another thing that we talked about was just they didn't get lackluster or lazy on any specific scenes. They kind of followed through straight, and it was done really well. So
everything from the fights to just normal conversations just felt like it still fit in the overall the show. So it was nice that it didn't feel like there was a disconnect.
Solid.
I'm happy about it.
Yeah,
gives me hope for some future movies because lately some of the movies that have been dropping that I've been watching, anime movies, just not a huge fan of.
I don't really pay attention to them anymore.
Well, we got your One Piece live action coming up, so
I was thinking about that while I was in the shower earlier. What would do them story-wise, what would be best is if the first half is getting the characters together, the original crew, and then the second half, they have to end on Arlong Park. If they don't make it to Arlong Park, it's going to flop.
Yeah, I don't know where they're placing is it going to be canon?
Yeah, it's starting it's the Romance Dawn. It's starting at Romance Dawn.
I wasn't sure because they do all their standalone movies too. None of their movies are
really... Yeah, but the show's based off of
the
canon.
First. Okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure where it was placed because I know their normal movies are always
standalone. The movies aren't canon, but
we got the Shanks movie coming out too.
Oh my god.
So
more Shanks is good.
Yeah.
No matter what the circumstances, more Shanks is good.
I had a theory to throw your way that I saw online later. You're gonna have to talk about, but
we can talk about it now. Well, I guess Richie's here.
Well,
that's true. Yeah, I would appreciate you not talking about it.
No, I mean it doesn't spoil anything, but we'll continue. We'll finish out our news first.
All right. Next up, there's been some controversy over one of the latest My Dress Up Darling episodes. It's been blown up on social media as of lately due to the claims that it's promoting blackface because of Marin's new skin when she comes in tan to portray that one character. I forget the character's name.
This is so ridiculous.
All right, can I take the reins here real quick?
Go
yes,
ahead.
please.
Anybody who posts any of this, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I say that wholeheartedly. Just shut up.
Yeah.
And I'm not even going to touch the politics end of this, but I'm just saying, if you're getting that offended I'm willing to bet most of the people who are posting this only saw a clip from this episode. They haven't even watched the show from front to back. Because anybody who's watched it up to this point better love it, because this is a show. So just do us all a favor. Stay in your lane. This is a great show. It was a 10-second, a few minute thing that happened. And who doesn't dress up, cosplay?
Well, who doesn't get a fucking spray tan? Every white girl in America
it still
gets a spray
looked better
tan.
than
They're not
most of
doing
the white girl
blackface.
spray tans that you get anyways. They look orange.
Yeah.
Coming out here looking like Oompa Loompas.
Plus, there's the whole gyaru culture in Japan that they obviously don't know about.
Yeah, it's not people who enjoy the world that, it's some crazy people who just want some clout.
Yeah. And let's go ahead and throw out the biggest point here. These people need to shut the fuck up, because this is a fictional character. Who the hell cares?
Yeah.
I mean, we can
Why
bring
are you
up
getting
the real
so
people
angry
who are
over a
actually
fictional
pretending
character?
to be blackface, but
Yeah.
you elected him. So move on. I'm annoyed.
Yeah. All right. Next piece of news. A new rom-com was announced. I'm kind of excited about this one because I think it's absurd. My Life is Inukai-san's Dog for 2023.
So I think the poster on this.
Yeah, me too.
It's amazing.
I wouldn't have watched this show if I never watched Nagatoro.
I haven't seen it. So.
Yeah,
Nagatoro is a good show.
I like the way they portrayed it there. Personally, I don't know. I'll check it out and see if it's interesting.
The poster is just what got me. The angle that they made sure to make the poster. I just know there's going to be some cringeworthy
Oh, the whole show is going to be cringe. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I think that's the whole appeal of the show. It's
going to be a horny teenager type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm excited for it. Mm-hmm. It's just going to be worth it.
Oh yeah, no matter what how I debase myself watching this show, it'll be worth it.
Yeah, 100%.
All right. Another anime also got announced, Spy Classroom.
I haven't seen much on it.
Good. Yeah.
Other than a few, visuals, but that's about it.
You haven't watched the trailer?
No. No, I didn't think there was a Spy Classroom trailer. I know there was the Spy Family one.
Oh.
I know that's what you're thinking of. Yeah, they have the Spy Family one. This one's Spy Classroom. I don't know what it's about. It looked all right. I saw some visuals, but that's about it.
Yeah, there's been too much on this
coming out.
Yeah.
Next up, One Piece anime goes on hiatus after Toei Animation got hacked. Reportedly, the servers of the website were compromised on March 6th. So about 2 weeks ago, as of this recording.
What kind of monster would ruin something like this?
Somebody who wants the answer to the end.
They're not going to get the answer to the end. It's so far in the future that none of that shit's been animated. All I have to say is Toei Animation, I'm talking to you.
If you need somebody to be your cybersecurity,
I am available. Send me an offer.
The man needs a job. Oh boy.
It won't happen again. Believe me on that.
Can promise you that.
Yeah,
he will put his life and soul into.
I'll die before I let it happen again.
That's the type of employee you want right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right. Next up on the news, Ancient Magus Bride, The Boy from the West, and the Night of the Blue Storm. OAD announced, and a new key visual was revealed. How do you guys feel about this?
We've known about it for a while. I guess it was just officially made, officially announced.
So when we originally did our review on Ancient Magus Bride, we had brought up the fact that there was 7 other mangas that were made as spin-offs and intertwined into all of this. That we were questioning whether we were going to get animated or not. So, and this is one that actually intertwines with the characters of the main story. So it'll actually it's kind of going to be like a new season, I guess. I don't know. I'm excited for it.
I think it's pretty cool.
Okay.
I don't know, because it had both I'm terrible with
when we did Magus Bride, there was news about this one possibly coming out, and when I read on it, I think it's a prequel. I
thought it ran alongside the same time frame as the event of the show.
I'm not sure. I think
because the visuals that I've seen had all the characters from the main show in the visual picture.
Yeah.
So they have to intertwine at some point, I'm assuming. I'm not 100% sure. We don't really have too much information on it other than if you read the manga, but I'm excited. I mean, I'm going to watch it,
I probably won't.
I know.
Those of you who watched or listened to the Ancient Magus Bride episode know how I feel about it.
So, all right, Richie, keep her moving.
All right, sounds good. Next up, the director of Boruto. They're gonna publicly reveal the studio name that didn't pay salary and will sue the studio as well for compensation.
Like, didn't pay the director's salary?
Yeah, I believe. There's they work with multiple studios as far as animation and everything else is concerned. So I'm willing to bet there's been some sort of mishap.
All you see is how badly these fucking animators and stuff are treated.
Yeah. Never mind
really
not making their money. Dude. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm glad that certain people are being outed for not, doing their part. And
yeah, that stuff should be public knowledge so they don't get further business. If that's what their policy is, they shouldn't continue to be in business, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, the animation studios, I mean, you hear it all the time in the programming, game programming and stuff, how they're treated at all of these companies and everything. It sucks. I mean, we do our best to appreciate the work that they put out and, support the people who are really putting in the grind. So it does suck to hear about certain people, getting mistreated. And nobody wants to go to work and hate their job every day,
Yeah.
Because they love what they do, but they hate the environment.
Yeah.
That's the worst part.
So I'm glad they're being outed. I'm glad they're suing them. I'm glad, maybe some steps will be made in the right direction.
Speaking of that, I just remembered a quote from Yellowstone, non-anime show that John got me to watch. Said, it only takes one guy to take something you love and make you hate it.
Yep.
Yeah. It's not that hard to change that.
Yep. I mean, they did that in what was the show you guys got me to watch? Daily Life of Immortal King.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that episode. Yeah.
And the grind and everything it takes to write an episode.
Yeah.
Calling out all the people who are up their ass about getting a new episode out, That
was a really cool episode. I enjoyed that one.
So, but I'm glad maybe it'll be a step in the right direction.
Yeah. And for our final piece of news, a show that I have not kept up with, World's End Harem has finally gotten to the point on Crunchyroll where just about the whole screen is blacked out, which I mean kind of makes sense just knowing what's going on in the show.
No, so we kind of preface this. Go ahead, Jake.
I don't know. I
was going to say the thing is, if you're going to censor, what it's obvious. The show has been obvious about what it's about from the beginning.
Yeah.
If you're going to censor it to this point, just don't even fucking put it on your service. Release it somewhere else.
Well, no. So that's my biggest gripe. I mean, we kind of ran through this when we first heard about World's End being on Crunchyroll in the first place.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll airs and still airs High School DxD with zero censorship.
Yeah.
Any single person, most people in the anime world know what High School DxD is.
Yeah.
And what
I'm
it
looking forward
prefaces.
to the new season.
Exactly.
Yeah, who isn't?
Day A Live, same thing. Huge,
Data Live's not
nearly as bad. No. But all these big, there's no reason why, and we kind of covered it. If you want to make it so you can't watch it as a free episode, like if you don't pay for a subscription or something,
or age block it.
It is age blocked. They have age restrictions that you have to switch on the website before you can even search these shows.
And it's still censored?
And it still censors them. You can't change it on the app. You literally have to go to the website and sign into your account to change the age restriction to be able to even search for them in a search bar.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we still get this huge censorship. And I was hoping that maybe with the Funimation merge that we kind of get more of like not lackadaisical, but loosened approach on shows, because
Funimation doesn't censor.
Funimation never held it to that standard. They never censored. There's a ton of shows that aren't censored on Funimation. You just got to choose it in your listing, and you actually have to choose. You have to change your subscription or your age block and everything, but it still makes it available.
A whole genre search called fan service.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But like you said, why put it on here when you know you're going to get complaints? People are going to find a different place to watch it because they're going to want to watch it for what it is.
Yeah,
whether it's good or a bad
back
thing,
to what
people
we were
want to watch
talking
it.
about.
People want to watch it for what it is.
Back to what we were talking about. If the official site that's showing it is censoring it that much, they're going to look on unofficial sites, and there go the recognition and money that the animators were going to make.
Exactly. Yeah. It's all what we talked about in the first place. It's stupid. It's not minor censoring either.
Yeah,
I've seen shows that like they just blur it out or they don't put certain things.
Yeah.
But when you literally make the only thing on the screen this small and it's a person's face in the top left corner and the rest of the screen is just black, what's the point?
That's fair.
I don't know. Maybe they're kind of just following through to the end of this season, and if we get a second season, it'll be a little more. Or they could do it like they did with How Not to Summon a Demon Lord.
Oh, they did like the Omega version or whatever. That was
it was like an X-rated version of the show because that was how it was originally aired.
I didn't know they had that.
Yeah, so they have like a separate section, and they re-aired the whole second season as the X-rated version on how it was originally released. So we'll see.
What did I say? I hope they don't get a second season because I read the manga, all of it. And this first part's the only good part.
Oh.
Because they try to, it's not the greatest story of all time, but it's at least interesting.
Yeah.
But after like this initial section, they really try to expand their storyline, and it does not work, in my opinion.
It's not what people are there for.
Yeah.
Well, not even that. If everyone's can be happy about a good storyline, but it's not a good storyline.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, with that, we'll loop our way back because we kind of skipped over it. Our weekly updates as far as what we've been watching, what we got going on.
Hold on. I have one more piece of news.
Oh, okay.
Stray Kids' new album came out.
Okay.
For those of you who follow know I'm a huge fan of Stray Kids. This is K-pop we're talking about. In the second unit song on the album, Muddy Water, Felix has a Demon Slayer reference. I'm not going to spoil the reference because you need to go listen to the song. It's fire. But it's not the first time that they've referenced anime in their music. Bang Chan has a huge One Piece reference in one of the mixtapes. But it's funny because there's a lot of anime references in Korean music and then Chinese music and TV shows and all that stuff. It's interesting how widespread anime is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that widespread because it's literally right across the water, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. I mean, but it's reached so many different cultures and countries and everything else, like that they see it and they want their own spin on it at the same time, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen Korean stuff done. You see a lot of different overseas Chinese adaptations of a lot of shows and, you know, taking their own reins on things. So it's an art form that has just grown over the last 10, 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
Just think about what anime was like when we were kids.
Oh, exactly. I mean, I prefaced
except for
Toonami.
Dragon Ball Z, you couldn't watch anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Naruto and Bleach are that old too, you know.
Yeah, I'm just talking about public opinion.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, you could only watch Dragon Ball
Z. But at the same time, I mean, I preface this all the time was you had your big shows that were all Toonami was how you watched it.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like when you listen to music as a kid. LimeWire. That's how you get all you burn on the CDs. You know, like it's one of those things. Like it's not like we have nowadays where we can go on YouTube, we can go on streaming services, Crunchyroll, Funimation, Netflix, Hulu, all these places to go watch it like firsthand. You had to wait up until midnight on a Saturday night to watch the new episode of Dragon Ball Z, the new episode of Naruto, the new episode of Bleach, One Piece. Zorgs, you know, all these different shows that like you can't just Google.
Yeah.
And I mean, that was kind of that huge appeal to it at the same time. You know, you got excited for that Saturday night. I'm going to sleep on the couch, Mom, because I want to watch this, you know?
When I tell you I saw One Piece for the first time on Toonami when I was maybe in like 4th grade. And never remembered the name for it or saw it any time after that. But for like 10 years, I was looking for that show.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. I was the same way. It was when they did the episode with Buggy and the carnival.
Yeah.
Like with the carnival games and Chopper had, and I remember the exact episodes that I remember from when I was younger. And
it's just wild to me because I don't think about it now. But I spent like 10 or more years searching for that show. Like, I know there's this anime about pirates. What the hell is it? Blah, blah, blah. Until like Funimation became a thing and I figured out what it was and then got to watch it. And it's just like that actually affected my life.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. It's had a huge impact.
Yeah.
It was the same way with Naruto. I mean, like, those were like the big shows that were always on Saturday nights. Casher and Sins. I remember that show. Great show. Actually, I might go on the list one of these days, but it's an OG. But no, I mean, I actually saw a Facebook post was the closing, the first time Toonami came to a close and they stopped streaming Toonami on Cartoon Network or the channel Cartoon Network was on.
Yeah.
And it was like his closing remarks, like the little robot, you know, the guy in space. It was like him saying goodbye to everybody after all those years and everything. Like, it's crazy. Then they ended up making a comeback later on, but still. The memories, man.
Yeah.
Now we have it all at the tip of our fingers.
That nowadays.
No.
Yeah. It's completely different.
But, well, with that, we'll kind of run it back a little bit and do our weekly episode updates. We kind of skipped over that. So, Richie, what do you got going on? You watched anything? I know you've been busy, so.
I did actually watch something. I binge watched the first season of One Punch Man.
Okay.
I watched the first episode and I was like, nah, I gotta finish this.
Yeah,
yep, it's one of those.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And I think I watched the first episode of season 2 and went, nah, I don't gotta finish this anymore.
I would watch it just because the antics are fun, but it's not the same. It doesn't have the same feeling.
No, yeah, exactly. Like from one episode in, I was just like, this is not the same. But it was excellent. I couldn't stop. I think I watched it all in like 2 days.
Yeah. Season 1 of One Punch Man is magical.
Yeah.
For sure.
And then I also, watched the best show on the internet right now, My Dress Up Darling.
Yeah.
But that's about it outside of our weekly shows.
The one as of like the most recent one?
Yep. I'm caught up as of episode 11. Have you guys watched yesterday's episode?
I watched 11
I'm not
today.
caught up, but you can talk about it.
Oh, this is a great episode.
Oh, amazing.
This past episode.
Dude, it makes me just want it so much more. It makes you want the relationship to just happen so much more.
They were close, man. They were real close. No,
it'll never happen.
The craziest part to me is how realistic it is.
Yeah. It's
to an extent. I mean, Gojo's kind of like too exaggerated.
Yeah.
But
too naive.
Yeah. But at the same time, like I love the way it's handled. And this latest episode you'll love, Jake. 110%.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about it until you watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll cover it next week.
Yeah. We'll be able to cover the final episode as well, right?
Is it ending?
Yeah. It's episode 12, yeah.
Episode 12 will be next weekend.
Yeah, this week was 11, so.
Yeah, it airs Thursdays? Or was that
Saturdays?
Saturdays. Ranking and King was Thursdays, right?
Correct. I haven't caught up. I'm an episode behind on that show, so.
You didn't watch 22? 22
I didn't. I had to binge watch our show for this week.
Gotcha.
I only saw 15 episodes out on Crunchyroll.
Of what?
Ranking of Kings.
No, because I just watched 22 today.
Yeah, it should be out.
I watched the first episode.
You didn't make it past the first episode?
Well, I was pretty busy. Had family this week, but
I don't know. I recall you saying something about it, so I was like,
yeah, no, I had a pretty busy week. We had to watch 2 shows. And I had a family over from Germany for 10 days. But I watched the first episode and I was very impressed. The number one thing I didn't want to watch it for, to our long standing listeners, this seems to be a trait with me now. Any show that I tell John and Richie and Kirky that I'm gonna hate,
he ends up loving it.
Yeah. So I didn't want to watch the show because I thought the animation style looked stupid. Weird coming from someone whose favorite show is One Piece and Tower of God. But first episode in and I love it.
Don't worry,
it's well done.
All I'm gonna say is it gets so much better.
Really?
It's 100 times better. To the point where you don't think the animation can get crazier, but it does.
Yeah.
Or the story even.
For such a lighthearted show and animation, it gets dark. Real dark at times.
Dark.
It gets real dark at times. And I think you'll actually really enjoy it. So
yeah, long term.
So like I said, I mean, me personally, I just right before this just got caught up on Attack on Titan. Like I said, we talked about it a little earlier. I'm all caught up on My Dress Up Darling and Ranking of Kings. So we're all gonna save those until next week as far as completely spoiling everything. But if you haven't started watching them, if you're listening, just watch them all. I will recommend every single one of those. So put it on the list and watch them. And we got our 2 shows that we're going to be covering tonight. So I think those will be both halfway decent shows to add to the list too. So
for sure.
And I mean, I guess with that, we'll slide right in, a little transition here. Returning for yet another week. We have our main topic, top tier or steer clear. Every week we get together. We have a show of choice from one of us, and we rated on 3 different categories: the plot, the character, and the art/animation. Then we compared the shows to previously covered shows and see how they stand up. This week's show of choice was from Richie.
Yes, sir.
It's called Horimiya, and it's somewhat of an attempt of a kind of a redemption show for Richie. You know, first 2 shows were kind of strikeouts, so
kind of
they were strikeouts. I think this is a show I actually like a lot. I mean, I did like Death March, but that was for other reasons.
Fair enough. So I mean, see how it stacks up. But originally, it aired in January of 2021, so it's somewhat of a new show, and it wrapped up in conclusion April 2021, and it ran for 13 episodes. Quick synopsis for y'all. On the surface, the thought of Kyoku Hori and Izumi getting along would be the last thing in people's minds. After all, Hori is a perfect combination of beauty and brains, where hit me. Miyamura. Damn, good. Miyamura appears meek and distant to his fellow classmates. However, a fateful meeting between the two lays both of their hidden selves bare. Even though she's popular at school, Hori has little time to socialize with her friends due to her housework. On the other hand, Miyamura lives under the noses of his peers, his body bearing secret tattoos and piercings that make him look like a gentle delinquent. Having opposite personalities, yet sharing odd similarities, the two quickly become friends and often spend time together in Hori's home. As they both emerge from their shells, they share with each other a side of themselves concealed from both the outside world. That being said, we'll slide right into the plot, baby. Richie, your show.
I give this plot an 8. I really liked it. I think it does a really good job of like containing a story, and it's because it's like a year of their lives, essentially.
Yeah, because it's all their senior year of
their third year
of high school.
Yeah, and I think like the plot, how it develops, how it goes through, like seem like genuine relationships that people can have. Like I really like this anime because it's really, I think, based in reality. There isn't anything crazy or anything that is unexpected that could happen. Like you weren't being like, oh, well, that's out of place in the show. So I think they just build the world really well, and like the plot fits as well. So
yeah, that's kind of where I stood on it. Was more of like the fact that, I mean, you see in a lot of animes and other shows, like, I mean, like we were talking about with My Dress Up Darling, they're a little naive sometimes, and like the progression of, I mean, this is a rom-com, so
yeah,
sometimes the progression of said relationship or said couples or whatever it may be is kind of drawn out more than it needs to be. And I think this is very based in the fact that like they're aware of their surroundings, and they're aware of their situation, and they're aware of their feelings, and it's natural feelings to have.
Yeah.
And it's the progression of the natural feelings that's like, it's not anything crazy. It's not anything that we wouldn't deal with on a day-to-day basis as maybe high schoolers, you know? I mean, they like cover what's going to happen when
Miyamura leaves for 5 days and he doesn't have his phone. Like Hori experiences that first feeling of being alone.
Yeah.
And it's like really painful and dreadful to her.
Or that pondering thought of what's going to happen after we graduate high school.
Exactly.
You know? Where are we going to go? Where is this? Is this just a temporary thing? You know? And I mean, it may sound weird to our culture, but like maybe not necessarily in Japanese culture, but like getting married at like,
don't get me started on that.
Like at 17 is a little different, but you know,
yeah,
I think that's the most like exuberant and like blown out proportion of this whole show.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, 8.5.
Okay.
And I'm not Matt, like it. Rom-coms are not really my style, but I was a big fan of this one. It kind of grasped me in and kept me there. So yeah, I'm a fan. And it was good comedy. It wasn't like cringeworthy, can't watch kind of comedy that was forced, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, Jake.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
I give it an 8.
Hey,
Oh, okay. There we go.
I want so bad to give it a lower score for one reason.
Oh,
The
let's hear
show
it.
lost me the moment he proposed to her.
Okay.
It's like, dude,
okay.
you're high school students. You've been dating for less than a year.
Simping.
How irresponsible is that? This is the old man in me talking.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in your right there with you.
Yeah.
You don't even know each other. 5 years, you two are going to be completely different people.
Yeah.
But whatever. They can make their own mistakes.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed the I don't want to say really enjoyed. I enjoyed the plot.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it had really fun scenarios that a high school relationship, a first relationship for two high schoolers would go through. And I really liked the interactions with the side character as far as their story progression is concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know one of my favorite aspects of the whole show is like Hori just being like, yeah, you're too gentle sometimes. Yell at me. Slap.
Yeah, that was cool.
That was hilarious.
Slap me.
She's into a masochist type deal.
Like
She's
that
like,
scene
"You're just too
outside
bad."
of the convenience store when he's like, she like beat up all those guys, and then they see like Miyamura like slap her, and they're like, oh my god, what type of power does he have over her?
There's just like some like low blow, like crazy like statements that are said, and it's just they're like just quick blurbs throughout the whole show that just make me giggle and like laugh and enjoy the show that much more. So I think it was well handled. Like I said, the comedy was pure. It wasn't.
There's one plot point that I was disappointed wasn't continued.
Which one?
In the beginning, when Hori first figures out Miyamura's like other life, and she sends him to like go to the grocery store or whatever because she's got a council meeting.
Oh yeah.
And he like takes off his jacket, runs and jumps over the fence, and her friend sees him like looking cool and doesn't recognize him. I thought that moment was going to play a bigger role, but it's almost like that didn't matter at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to an extent. I mean, like, I understand the preface around it, but they didn't really elaborate on it either.
I thought it was going to be like her friend is like curious about this kid, and Hori's trying to hide like his other side from her, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Something interesting like that.
Yeah. Like she fell for him or whatever. And
yeah.
This huge
there was going to be a conflict between her and Hori.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. That being said, 8-2 on the plot.
Seems reasonable.
It's already better than any score you had on your previous show.
Look, so. I knew that going in, that this show is going to be way better. So I'm not worried about that.
You did have a very low bar to pass here, though.
Yeah, I think if I
don't hype yourself
5,
up too much.
Look, hey, 1 for 3 is okay. That's all I'm saying.
You're on the board.
Yeah, exactly.
That being said, how do you feel about the characters, Richie?
I give the characters a 9. I absolutely loved every single one. I think some of them could have been developed a little bit more, but I think it's just kind of hard when you have so many characters in the show to go like super in depth. But they all like contributed in their own ways and like made cool scenarios that like that happened, and they fit in with everything. I'm kind of stumbling over more words, but
no, I mean I understand you. Jake, how do you feel?
I'll give him a 9 too.
All right.
I think the characters were obviously the best part of the show, and you really need that in a show like this because the characters are what makes everything.
Yeah.
It's the little stuff like with Hori's masochist side or Miyamura. Everyone's felt insecure at some point, and I think they did a really good job showing his transformation out of being insecure about himself. And the plots with the side characters were interesting.
They're like sub relationships going on.
Yeah,
like their feelings for other people,
like Toru and Yuki.
Like
the two best friends. Yeah,
that whole relationship.
I like Yuki and all, but I'm on Team Sakura 100%.
Yeah,
that's fair. I think I
fair
agree
enough
on that one.
Fair enough. That's like more.
Hold on, it pissed me off.
Oh yeah, this is. Oh boy, here we go.
It really pissed me off, dude. Because don't get me wrong, I like Yuki, but Sakura, from the moment she saw Toru, has shown interest in him, at least to us.
Yeah.
Right. And Toru seemed to reciprocate that interest.
Yeah.
And so she, baking him cookies and all that shit, blah, 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 going out of her way, even confessing to him, thinking he has a girlfriend. Yuki pops up out of nowhere way later. Apparently now she has a crush on Toru. It's like, I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Dude, it's when she saw it.
Toru's
Chicks
already
like
Sakura's man.
That it'd be that way sometimes. They don't. Homeboy was in the friend zone until he got another girl.
Well,
they were best friends.
And Yuki hadn't been spending a lot of time with Hori, so she was alone, feeling lonely.
Yeah, but that's no reason to play Toru like that. Toru deserves better. He needs to know his worth.
Yeah,
I think he's okay with it though. At the end of the day,
fair.
At the end of the day, I like their relationship. I'm just saying, I was on Sakura's side the whole time.
Yeah, fair enough. I know one thing I did expected to play out a little differently was when Miramura shows up with his whole makeover situation.
Oh, the haircut and everything.
The haircut, the sweaters.
Yeah.
Everything else. Like I expected it to play out more of like he was trying to impress everybody. Like that was the first the first thought I had when he showed up. It was like,
is that not what he was doing?
Yeah, but I expected it to be like a small thing, and then him realizing that's not him. He was just there to try to impress everybody else. So like it was just like a minor plot point to like try to fit in, but it wasn't necessarily him.
And then him realizing he doesn't need to fit in.
Yes, that was where I was kind of going with that. But then they ran with it for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
So.
Like he just cut his hair and now everyone thinks he's cooler.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's the piercings, man.
And tattoos, baby.
He doesn't show off the tattoos.
He doesn't show the tattoos much. Yeah.
Piercings were dope in high school.
Yeah.
That being said, I give it a 9 as well. So
nice.
Solid 9 on the boards there. I loved Hori's dad, his character.
Yeah.
Kyosuke, right?
Kyosuke, yeah.
Dude, what a guy. That's the type of like father-in-law you want to have.
It's so funny. It's just back and forth. Like, just like the relationship. What's with the absent fathers, though? No bullshit.
Classic theme. Oh,
it's just a big thing parents. In anime, too,
Yeah.
I think the difference is they're not really absent fathers or absent parents. It's just
they work
so
much.
Yeah, I mean, you see a lot of I know this happens, but you see it a lot in anime of kids living on their own because their parents are working
so much.
Yeah. Again, I mean, there is that problem of like the Japanese people overworking themselves and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Anyways, speaking of Kyosuke and his daughter, don't watch the dub if you're going to watch this show.
Yeah, the dub is no, do not.
That's all I got to say.
I watched it.
I can't remember. It's not good. The sub is way better.
Yeah, the dub. I didn't watch the sub, but the dub is awful. I mean, most of the voices are fine, but Hori and her dad really throw you out of it.
Yeah, I honestly can't remember what I watched it in. So
yeah.
That being said, we'll slide right into our last part, the animation and art. Richie,
I think I have 7-8. I really liked it. Obviously, there's like a lot of plain backgrounds and stuff like that, but I really did enjoy those moments where like they showed the feelings and it went like all white with like the cutout behind them of a certain color.
That was cool.
I thought that was a really cool and like unique story device that definitely helped like just add to the show.
Fair enough. Jake?
I give it a 7.
7.
It wasn't anything special.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, and I mean
it wasn't bad, but
it didn't need to. I don't think it needed to be like excellent.
It did what it needed to be. It did what it needed to do to convey this story. It isn't a like heavy fighting where you need great animation. It just did enough to allow you to understand what was going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I was in the same boat as you, Jake. I had a 7. I mean, it did everything it needed to do. It was there. It wasn't badly done. I mean, you could easily mess it up just as well.
Yeah.
But we kind of hold certain that, and I think the music and everything else kind of fell right in line with the way the show was. I was actually a really big fan of the opening song.
It was good.
For the show. But like I said, we kind of hold the animation art section a little bit on a higher standard due to like a lot of the fight scenes and a lot of different shows that we watch. Or like a broader scale of animation being shown off. That being said, I mean, it did what it needed to do. It was above average. It was solid. I was a fan. So 7.
Seems reasonable to me. So, boys, how did I do this time?
Do you want the drum roll?
I would love to hear. I hope it's better.
8-2, baby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's going to be up there.
We have what Tokyo or Tower of God was
8-9.
8-9. Then Gangsta and Erased were what, 8-6s?
8-6s. And then we had a few at an 8-2.
I think Magus Bride might have been an 8-3, and then we have that and something else at an 8-2.
Yeah, we have a few in the 8 sections.
Better than a 3 whatever.
Hey, it's about triple the score almost.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't remove the trash can from your head.
Yeah.
Look, you're acting like I want it gone. Somebody's got to, give some empowerment to the trash shows out there.
No,
yeah,
or just waste your friend's time.
Yeah, I could do that. I'm also okay with that.
Future Diary was an 8-3.
Okay.
I was thinking that was the other one. That's pretty good. I'll take it being in those range. That seems about fair to me.
8 is a good range.
Yeah.
Like I said,
I mean, it won best romance of 2021 in the list from Crunchyroll. So
true. Let me look at.
You're lucky I conceded. I was gonna score it real low because of that marriage proposal, but I decided it wasn't that big of a deal. They're kids.
Yeah, everybody talks nonsense every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You all remember having a girlfriend or something in high school and thinking you were going to get married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And realizing that's
very
not
reasonable.
That's not how life works.
What did you guys think of the ending? I want to get your opinion on this. Do you think it was like a good ending? Because there's not going to be anything else. Like that's the end of the show, of the manga and everything.
I think it was fine. It wasn't a great ending, but I think it was fine.
Yeah, I mean, it leaves you
story
pondering
was
what
over.
could happen.
Yeah.
I think if you tried to expand on it too much, it would kind of ruin the feel of it.
Yeah,
if they tried to force a second
season and they're still pursuing marriage, I would be pissed.
There better be at least a thought of divorce in that season.
Exactly.
Yeah,
they have to second guess it at least once.
Gotta have that drama.
There has to be a time skip to them 5 or 10 years later. and then having to deal with the fact that they don't know who each other are anymore.
Mm-hmm. That would be.
It's amazing how much you change in such a short little time as a person.
Oh yeah. Or it turns into Hori's parents, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting development. Well, that being said, well done, Richie.
Thank you.
And
I tried this week.
We'll move right into our last topic of tonight. Following the theme of this week's show, we're kind of gonna do a draft based on our favorite couples in anime. To clarify, it has to be a confirmed couple, not two people that we want to be a couple. Because there's a lot of those that, you know.
Yeah, we could go on for hours.
For hours, exactly. So, confirmed couples. And it pleasures me to say the rankings for this week, Richie beat Jake.
Oh. Okay.
Richie took a big one with Jiraiya.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I feel like the Naruto weebs just kind of take over in the
it helps, man. It really
draft
helps.
list.
I figured Netero would do me a solid.
Yeah, I think maybe if you took him on an early pick, I don't know. You got to think of like how deep people look into the list too. I don't know the thought process of.
Well, Netero was the image.
Oh yeah,
True. I don't know. Like I said, I can't get into the minds. If I could, I would be in first.
Yeah, well, it's coming to my attention that anyone voting is an idiot.
That being said, Richie, tell us what we're doing.
Let's go John, Jake, me. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. It's a little
There
different.
goes my plan to steal John's pick.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Me, personally, I'm going to have to go Naruto and Hinata.
God damn it.
I feel like that was like the obvious first pick.
Yeah, it was, but
you were trying to bait me in. I know where you were going with it.
I don't even want to pick them. God damn it. Ichigo and Horimiya.
There, yeah, you had to do it.
I knew it was going to happen. I was hoping.
My first pick, I think I could go classic, so Jake doesn't take this one from me. Yusuke, Urameshi, and Keiko from Yu Yu Hakusho. I can't let that one slip through my fingers this week.
Oh, Richie.
Yusuke and who? Sorry,
Keiko.
I'm just glad we both know who those people are.
And for my second pick, I'm going to take Yuta and Rika from Love, Chunibyo, and Other Delusions.
Yuta.
Rika. I absolutely love the animation in that show.
Jake?
John, you may have picked the best relationship in Naruto, but I'm about to pick the best relationship in all of anime. The OG anime couple. Vegeta and Bulma.
Fuck.
Yeah, yep.
You know, I was hoping it made it back to me.
I was never going to make it back to you.
You know, it was close. It was close. Let's go Kirito.
Okay. That's a reasonable one.
In Asuna. That's going to be that pick. Where do I want to go? That is my next pick. Do Meliodas and Elizabeth.
It's a good one.
You know, we get all these social justice warriors coming out on Twitter about, things that offend them in anime, but no one has commented on Meliodas and Elizabeth's relationship.
Yeah. That's kind of a questionable one when at the beginning when you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, well,
where are the feminists on that one?
That's true.
My Dress Up Darling's just blown up so much that, it's just so mainstream at this point. I don't think anything past the first season of Seven Deadly Sins was that good. So,
well, that's the first episode, guy.
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
And it's on Netflix.
Yeah. Let's see. Decisions. I've got others I want to pick, but let's keep the trend going. Krillin and Android 18.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You didn't want to go never mind. I'm gonna hold off on that. Richie,
no, I think Goku and Chi-Chi are a terrible relationship.
Oh boy. I think I gotta, sticking on the theme of this week, I gotta go with Horimiya. I can't not pick Kyoko and Izumi because I picked the show. I feel like I'm obligated to pick them.
Yeah, I was too optimistic in thinking it was going to make it rounds.
Yeah. And my other one will be Spike and Julia from Cowboy Bebop.
I saw that one coming.
You said Kyoko and Izumi, and I'm sitting here like, who the fuck is Kyoko and Izumi?
I know.
Everybody was throw you for a loop. Sorry, Hori and Miyamura.
Yeah. Horimiya-san to Miyamura-kun.
All right.
Back to you, Jake.
All right. Kaneki and Toka.
Oh, okay. Damn. Making me think now. I got to get my Bleach pick in here. So we're going to go Renji and Rukia.
Okay.
Rukia. And then how do I want to take this? Not to me and mine.
Terrible relationship.
It was great. Just because he didn't end up with Esdeath don't mean dick.
Dude, he didn't end up with Esdeath or fucking
Mine?
No. It's the main character's name.
Oh, damn. Wrong person I asked.
Mine was like the last person he should have ended up with.
I don't know. I kind of like that few episode little
It made no sense. Especially when Esdeath was on the table.
Was she though?
Dude.
Maybe in her mind.
That's what I'm saying. She was available and willing to be in a relationship with him, and he still chose mine.
I don't know. The genocide might have kind of.
You can overlook those things. It's a crazy hot scale.
Yeah.
She's super hot. She can be super crazy.
Yeah, you can't argue with that logic.
All right. Well, Jake. Last
This
pick.
is my last pick.
Yep.
Oh, man. Choices.
I can guarantee that you're not going to take the pick I'm going for.
Asuma and Kurenai.
I was correct.
R.I.P.
To a real legend.
Yeah.
Richie?
I'm going to go with Nasa and Tsukasa Yuzuki from Tonikawa. This is a show that now that I know this thing about Jake not letting couples getting married, I will never recommend this show to Jake.
I don't mind them getting married if they're responsible about it. Not 17-year-olds who've been dating for like 6 months.
What about 17 and a 6-year-old that have never met before getting married?
I just got angry.
Hey, dude, it's okay. She gets hit by a truck and saves his life, and she's completely fine. So they get married.
Oh. That makes sense.
Yeah, see? Everything just flows together.
Yeah. I'm going to let you write that one in too, by the way, Richie.
Yeah,
Already there.
Irresponsible.
Yeah, I can do it.
You know what I should have picked? Honorable mention right here was from Erased.
Oh yeah. Don't get me started on that either.
Or I mean, Satomi and Shinichi from Parasite.
That's a good one. I was thinking about Taiga and Ryuji, but I don't know if they're actually dating. From Toradora, or what? That's how you say it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I only watched the first half.
What's this?
Aren't they pretending to be dating?
Oh, why didn't I pick
don't think
that?
so.
That's a way
they
better
like both-
relationship.
Oh.
Bon and Elaine.
Yeah,
Dude,
that was on my
forgot
list
about
as well, but with Meliodas already on there, I didn't want to go repeats.
Bon is like the go-to. That's a relationship right there.
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Well, that'll be posted up on the socials as well as our Spotify page. So make sure to check those out. That being said, we're going to slide right into our outro. You know what it is, Richie or Jake.
That's not my job. Jacob.
What episode is this?
It's episode 22, Horimiya, or
I'm
what were you saying
asking
earlier?
because it does not say that in the outro.
Oh, yeah.
With that, we're wrapping up episode 22.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever.
It looks like it says it now. That's all I'm saying.
It's just like your spelling mistakes that never get fixed.
They just happen to be for you.
I didn't go to college for a reason.
Anyways, that was episode 22. We did Richie's show, Horimiya, which for the first time, he proved his worth on this podcast.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
By not melting our eyes from our head, but the worst shows there are.
Yeah,
He still holds the trash can, though. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Oh, that is never going away. I solidified my reign as king of the trash.
Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. You can contact us anytime at Facebook via Anime Happy Hour Podcast. You can email us at animehappyhour951@gmail.com. If you want to send us any draft ideas or anything like that, any show recommendations, definitely let us know. You can check out our YouTube channel. I think we've got episodes 1 through 18 up. We're working on video methods to continue putting episodes up with video. We're streaming on Anchor, Spotify, and Google Podcast. Also, Stray Kids' new album came out a couple days ago. Make sure to check it out. Title track Maniac. It's pretty dope. And with that, we're gonna say goodbye for now. See you next time.
Peace, guys.
See ya.